Sometimes you have to be willing to walk away from a great man that you love in order for him to recognize his feelings for you. Because men fall in love with a woman's absence, not her presence. Welcome to another video on my channel. This video is for you if you wonder why so many men discover their true depth of feelings for you as a woman when you are no more by their side. This is dating and relationship coach Sami, Wunder, and for the last decade, I've been helping high-achieving, strong, successful women to create healthy, empowered, romantic relationships. And my work is fundamentally based on the presence of polarity inside romantic relationships. This basically means that I invite my high-achieving clients and women to embody their feminine energy in their romantic lives while using their badass masculine energy in their careers so that they can attract, based on the law of polarity, a masculine empowered man that is a giver, provider, doer, and nurturer in the relationship. In this video today, we are talking about why men fall in love with a woman's absence. So here's what I know to be true for my clients. Men are, especially if it's an empowered masculine man that you're dealing with, he's not wired to feeling his emotions all the time. You see, M for mind, M for masculine. Empowered masculine men are running their lives through their mind energy, through their heads. And so very often what I find with my Elevate clients is that you could be a great woman. You could be embodied in your feminine energy. You could be a reasonable, good, pleasant woman. And yet, because you are present and there all the time, he has not really connected with that part within himself that loves you and likes you. And this is because masculine empowered men don't like to go into their feeling space too much. And this would make complete sense if you look at biology and human evolution. I mean, the empowered masculine man, just from an evolution perspective, is supposed to be stress resilient, is supposed to be ready for war when required. And even though we don't live in those times where there is war all the time, we are evolutionary and biological creatures. And basically, masculine men are wired to not go into their vulnerable emotional spaces. This is where they have their guard up. And so very often, even though it's frustrating for you as a woman, what happens is that it is only in your absence or only in the silent spaces that you're able to create with a man and hold with a man that he finally feels like he is ready to go into that part of himself where he is in touch with his real emotions for you and real feelings for you. And so very often what will happen is when there is that break between communication with a guy or in seeing a man, it is in those spaces that he is actually having the time and the emotional safety to access his feelings for you. And this is why you will see that men go away and come back all the time. So just a quick story from Elevate. There was a client in the Elevate relationships group. She was in love with her guy and he just wouldn't propose. She was always there trying to reason with him and have reasonable conversations with him. But when she joined the program, I literally asked her in our coaching call to get out of that relationship. And that was a very drastic advice for her. But I know the importance of a woman honoring herself and giving a man space and distance, especially when he is having doubts about the relationship, when he's having doubts about whether or not you're the one for him. And guess what happened? This client today is a blazing success story from Elevate, and she basically left his home, said, I love you, my heart is broken, but if you're not sure that I am the one for you and that you love me, I can't be disrespectful to myself and continue to be in this relationship. And then she joined the Elevate singles group and started dating based on my methodology. She dated up a storm, but that's not the victory. The victory is that her ex-man came back with a ring in his hands and got down on his knees and said, I have realized I really love you, I really want this, and you're the one for me. And so this is like a blaring example of how men sometimes just need time and your absence to truly deeply connect with the part within themselves that is vulnerable and that values you. Another reason why men fall in love with a woman's absence is because it is in her absence that he finally recognizes the good qualities that you bring to the table. So, as feminine embodied women, we are nurturing, we are kind, we are pleasant to be around, we are playful. And all these are qualities that masculine men really crave for. However, too much of a good thing is a bad thing, or too much of a good thing when present in your life gets taken for granted. Just think about chocolate cake. It feels really yummy and delicious and special, but if you're having chocolate cake every day, it stops being so special. So when you are creating absence in a man's life, he finally has time to stop taking for granted all the goodness you brought to his life. And suddenly he has the time to wake up and value what you brought to the table, because masculine men don't find feminine qualities in their buddies. They don't find feminine qualities in the men that they're spending time with at work. They don't find feminine qualities with the men they're playing golf with or swimming with or doing sports with. They can only find that with you. And sometimes they need that wake-up call through your absence in order for them to miss you, in order for them to miss that soft, beautiful, nurturing energy that you bring to this man's life. Reason number 3 why men fall in love in your absence is because absence, there's this famous quote, absence makes the heart grow fonder, and I think it is so true and relevant for romantic relationships, because it is in the absence of you that his testosterone rises and his anticipation and his sexual desire for you rises. So your absence, whether it is the distance in communication, texting, calling, your absence because you're not chasing him or pursuing him, you are living an independent full life where you are having plans of your own and not just readily available to be there for him the minute he wants you to be there for him, or because you're a busy, happy, passionate woman who has a life of her own and you have all these wonderful travels you do that keep you naturally distant, right? In a healthy way from this man. But this separation is what ignites sexual desire in men, and the anticipation of seeing you again, the anticipation of when am I going to see her, touch her, smell her, is actually something that heightens his love for you. Now, long story short, I think masculine empowered man, a man who is truly in his empowered masculine energy, always wants to feel that he is making the decision to choose the woman he wants to be with. And this is why it is so powerful for a feminine embodied woman to not go in and rupture that space that is naturally being created when he's not texting you, he's not calling you, he's not setting up dates. And this is hard for a lot of women, because in this space of him not reaching out, or in his absence in your life, you will find all your fears and nasty voices getting activated. It is through doing the inner work, which is what I do it with you inside my Elevate program. Whether you're a single woman looking to attract your empowered masculine man, or a woman in a relationship looking to upgrade the intimacy and connection you feel with your guy, by doing the inner work, you are able to become self-aware of what wounds get activated when he's not there. Do I feel not good enough? Do I feel insecure? Do I feel abandoned? Do I feel rejected? Do I feel like I have to do something in order to get his attention and his love? These are all human fears, and these are all human insecurities. But as an embodied feminine woman, when you can work through this stuff by yourself, when you can see these voices activated within you but not given to them, and not start texting, chasing, calling, and doing the work in the relationship, this is the space that you give a man in a healthy way, and it is in this space that he bonds with you. It is in this space that he falls in love with you. And so it is so recommended that every woman do her inner work, so that she doesn't get into that chasing masculine energy, especially as a high achieving woman, while at the same time understanding that space is powerful for men. Your absence is powerful for men. Your absence is what makes him think about you, miss you, know that he wants you, and that fuels and inspires him to reach out again, commit to you, to declare that he loves you and you're the one for him. Do not be afraid of absence is the core message. He falls in love with your absence, and when you can hold that space for him to come back and choose you, for him to miss you and then make the choice to come to you, that's when you become really powerful in love. If this was helpful, give me a like, subscribe to my channel, leave me a comment. I love hearing from you. Check out my brand new training, Get the Ring and Forever Commitment from Your Empowered Masculine Man. The link is in the description below.